Welcome back to Wolves Gaming. Today we're playing a new Roblox game called Kayak and Surf. This game is all about movement, balance, and exploring different locations using a kayak. We start with very basic gear and slowly unlock better kayaks, pets, and boosts as we progress. Right now, everything looks simple. A small river, basic paddle, and no special upgrades. But that's what makes the beginning interesting. You can already see the water tracks and climbing paths around the map. Some areas look peaceful, and some look like they will be very fast and challenging later. In this video, we're not aiming to rush to the end immediately. We're trying to understand how the game works first, how speed increases, and how different paths affect the ride. The goal is simple: climb higher points, surf down faster tracks, collect coins, and unlock better kayaks step by step. Every small upgrade we make now will decide how smooth the later runs become. So even small coins and boosts matter. This is just the starting phase. No rare pets yet, just learning the flow of the game. Let's begin with our first climb and see where this river takes us. Now that we've started moving, the difference is already visible. The kayak feels a little smoother, and the speed is slightly better than before. At the beginning, it was mostly learning how to balance and paddle, but now it feels like actual progress. Not fast, but steady. You can notice the environment opening up more, the water paths are wider, and the routes are starting to look more interesting. This is where the game slowly shifts from just starting to okay, now we're exploring. Even a tiny stamina boost changes how long we can paddle without stopping. It doesn't look big on screen, but you can feel the difference while playing. This stage is less about speed and more about control. Getting used to turns, understanding how the kayak responds, and choosing better paths instead of random movement. Now the gameplay starts to feel more confident. We're no longer just paddling carefully. We're choosing directions, taking slightly risky paths, and testing how far we can go without stopping. The routes are getting more dynamic. You'll notice slopes, turns, and small elevation changes. This is where the game stops feeling flat and begins to feel like an adventure. Stamina management becomes important here. If we paddle too aggressively, we slow down quickly. But if we time it right, we can glide longer and cover more distance smoothly. This part is all about finding rhythm. Paddle, glide, adjust, repeat. Once the rhythm clicks, movement becomes natural instead of forced. You'll also start seeing better locations appear. Clearer water, higher viewpoints, and more scenic routes. It feels now the pace noticeably increases. We're not just moving forward, we're flowing through the water and slopes. This is the stage where momentum starts working in our favor. Each successful glide gives more confidence, and each confident move gives more speed. You'll see longer downhill rides, cleaner turns, and fewer pauses between actions. The gameplay begins to feel smooth instead of segmented. Here, stamina upgrades really start paying off. Earlier, we struggled to maintain energy, but now we can push further before slowing down. That extra endurance changes everything. The environment also feels more alive. Wider rivers, higher peaks, and more open space to experiment. It's no longer a straight path. It's a playground of routes. This part is all about flow state. When paddling, climbing, and gliding blend into one continuous motion, the game becomes relaxing yet exciting at the same time. You'll notice fewer mistakes now. Timing becomes sharper. Movements become cleaner. We're not just reacting anymore, we're predicting the terrain ahead. This is where the player shifts from trying to survive the route to controlling the route. The sense of progress is strong here. Not because of coins or gear, but because the gameplay finally feels natural. Momentum is on our side now, and from here on, every climb feels higher. At this stage, everything starts coming together. The movement feels controlled, the speed feels balanced, and the routes no longer feel unfamiliar. Earlier, we were learning and adjusting. Now we're simply executing. Paddle, glide, turn, each action feels more intentional. You can notice how much smoother the runs have become. There are fewer sudden stops, fewer missed turns, and more clean transitions between climbs and slides. The environment also looks more rewarding now. Higher viewpoints give better scenery, and longer paths allow extended rides without interruption. It's not just about reaching the top, it's about enjoying the journey there. Upgrades that once seemed small now clearly show their value. Stamina lasts longer, speed builds quicker, and recovery from mistakes becomes easier. This part feels like the peak balance of the game. Not too fast, not too slow. Just smooth progression. Instead of chasing coins or rushing upgrades, the focus naturally shifts to enjoying the ride itself. The controls feel comfortable and the world feels familiar. What started as a simple paddle has now turned into a confident glide. This is the moment where the player isn't struggling anymore, they're simply in sync with the game. Now the gameplay settles into a stable rhythm. There's no rush anymore, just steady movement and clear control over every action. At this point, the difference from the beginning is very noticeable. The kayak responds faster, the turns feel lighter, and the overall flow is much more consistent. Instead of focusing on upgrades or coins, the attention shifts to maintaining smooth runs. Longer glides become normal, and short climbs don't feel tiring anymore. The environment also starts to feel familiar. Paths that once looked confusing now feel easy to read. You can predict turns before they appear and adjust direction without hesitation. This part is less about improvement and more about stability. Everything works together. Speed, stamina, and control. There's a calm satisfaction here. Not because something big unlocked, but because the gameplay finally feels comfortable. Mistakes still happen, but they're easier to correct. Recovery is quicker and confidence remains steady. The journey now feels complete in its own way. From a slow and uncertain start to a smooth and controlled ride, the progression becomes clear. This stage isn't about reaching higher, it's about enjoying the balance that's been built. Now the gameplay settles into a stable rhythm. There's no rush anymore, just steady movement and clear control over every action. At this point, the difference from the beginning is very noticeable. The kayak responds faster, the turns feel lighter, and the overall flow is much more consistent. Instead of focusing on upgrades or coins, the attention shifts to maintaining smooth runs. Longer glides become normal, and short climbs don't feel tiring anymore. Paths that once looked confusing now feel easy to read. You can predict turns before they appear and adjust direction without hesitation. And this is where we slow things down for today. From a simple raft at the beginning to smoother rides and better control, the journey shows how small progress slowly builds into confidence. The game doesn't rush you. It lets you learn the paths, understand the movement, and enjoy the scenery while improving step by step. What started as careful paddling turned into longer glides and cleaner turns. Not because of one big upgrade, but because of steady rhythm and patience. There are still higher points to reach and better gear to unlock, but this stage already shows how far the progress has come. If you enjoyed this calm adventure and exploration, don't forget to like the video, share it, and subscribe for more Roblox journeys ahead. You can also let me know in the comments which game or location you'd like to see next. For now, we pause here with a smoother ride, better balance, and a clear path forward.